Winter is officially here. You know what that means? Dry skin season is here. But don't you worry, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a roundup of what, in my opinion, are some of the best Korean skincare products to save your dry skin. Today's video is kindly sponsored by Stylevana. If you're not familiar with Stylevana, let me tell you, it is essentially a one-stop shop for all of your Korean and Japanese skincare and beauty needs, wants, and desires. They have a huge selection, a ton of variety. No matter your skin type, no matter your skin needs, no matter what kind of makeup products you might be looking for, they've got you covered. If it's a trendy product that you're curious about, they're gonna have it. They really have an amazing selection, ton of variety, something for everyone, and the price point cannot be beat. They really offer, in my opinion, the best pricing on Korean and Japanese skincare and beauty products. Every product I'm gonna be recommending in today's video, you can get from Stylevana. I'm gonna have everything linked in the description box, so check there. And if you use my code INF10 Dr. Dray, you can save even more off Stylevana orders. But without further ado, why is winter so problematic for dry skin? Well, the ambient humidity drops. As a result, this creates an impetus for water to leave our skin, making it more vulnerable to dryness and irritation. Not to mention the force that is cold, dry winter wind. This can leave our skin chapped, raw, and prone to even more water loss. It can be sensitive, so it's not uncommon to experience heightened sensitivity to the skincare products that you are already using in the winter months because the skin barrier is impaired, it's dry, it's a lot more vulnerable. While you may not necessarily need to revamp your entire skincare routine to accommodate dry skin needs in the winter months, you might want to make a few adjustments, like changing up to a milder, gentler cleanser, maybe only cleansing your face once a day instead of twice a day. You might want to lean into ingredients like ceramides, niacinamide, which help with the moisture barrier, skin's outermost protective layer. Those ingredients can really help support barrier function needs, minimizing dryness and irritation. You might want to lean into a thicker, richer night moisturizing products, like a really rich moisturizing cream, a night mask, if you will, or a barrier jelly. You might even be experiencing a flare-up of dry, rough, bumpy skin, dull skin texture. Don't worry, we're going to talk all things dry skin, what products can target these issues without drying you out even further. Now, sun protection is a must even in the winter months. This is a common misconception. Ultraviolet radiation not only, of course, can cause sun damage, but it also can impair the integrity of your outermost protective layer. But it can be particularly helpful to keep up that habit, not just for the sun protection, but also, hello, sunscreens are in a moisturizing base, so they're doing double duty for you in the realm of dry skin. Last year, in 2023, I discovered the Peom Water Barrier Sun Cream. It's an SPF 50 chemical sunscreen that's super lightweight, hydrating, and excellent for really any skin type, but if you're looking for something that will accommodate the needs of dry skin, be moisturizing but not too greasy, this is it. There are no drying alcohols in this formula, which, as a side note, can be fine for some people with dry skin, but depending on the overall formula, might contribute to dryness. Uvinol T150, Mexeril SX, Uvinol A+, and Tinosorb S are the active sunscreen ingredients, but it's got way more than just sun protection. It also has niacinamide. Like I said, that's a great ingredient for dry skin. And it has allantoin, a soothing ingredient. This formula is free of fragrance. Glutathione lactobacillus ferment filtrate, which glutathione is an antioxidant that sometimes flies under the radar. It may help combat oxidative stress that not only impairs barrier integrity, but contributes to damage of proteins and lipids, DNA in our skin cells. And glutathione can also be helpful for warding off hyperpigmentation. So it's a wonderful ingredient in a sunscreen. It kind of helps support the overall goal of sun protection, mitigating damage to the skin as a result of exposure to environmental aggressors. There is zero white cast with this sunscreen. Not only is it hydrating, moisturizing, but it's very easy to use around the delicate eyelid skin. Doesn't cause burning or stinging, doesn't leave your eyes watery. Don't forget to put it on your neck. The delicate neck skin is even more vulnerable to losing water, becoming dry, easily irritated, and it's exposed territory, so it sees a lot of sun throughout your lifetime. So don't forget to protect your neck. Now, I mentioned maybe considering a rich barrier jelly. 2024 has been the year of the barrier jelly, specifically actually the Abib Rice Probiotics Overnight Mask Barrier Jelly. This product, let me tell you, if you've got the sensitivity on your cheeks, like you put on maybe your toner, really just a cream, and it burns and stings, you need to try this out. It is a thick, clear, colorless jelly. It has glycerin. It has rice bran extract. These are hydrating, soothing, moisturizing ingredients that help really with barrier recovery because they help improve water content in the skin. Saccharomyces rice bran ferment filtrate is also packed with anti-inflammatory soothing compounds. There's really not a whole lot going on in the formula in terms of ingredients with a particular function other than hydrating, but let me tell you, the consistency of this is like a thick jelly that really just sits there on the surface of the skin, protecting it from transepidermal water loss, and ultimately the end result is improved moisture content, better barrier turnover, overall healthier, happier, more hydrated skin. Now this product, it is something that you could use nightly if you needed to, or you could just use it as needed when your skin is extra dry. Put it on as the final step in your nighttime skincare routine because it is pretty occlusive, so things that you put on top of it will have a challenging time penetrating that jelly barrier. Now, a word of warning, and what might seem a little bit odd about it, is that it does feel a little sticky. It's almost like you have a little bit of honey on the surface of the skin. Put it on at night. That's when it's intended to be used. That's when water loss out of the skin is greatest because you have more blood flow to the skin, and as a result, there's more of an impetus for water to leave. I usually put it on at least an hour before I go to bed. That way it has had sufficient time to sort of absorb and dry down, offering that protective film, but it's not sticky, so it doesn't end up sticking to my pillowcase or, you know, the sheets. It's also excellent on your neck. Since it's sticky though, if you have long hair, do yourself a favor, put your hair up in a loose bun so that it doesn't stick to your neck. Now let's talk about cleansers for dry skin. Really lean into something very mild if you have dry, sensitive skin. Over cleansing, use of harsh cleansers can really dry out your skin. If you have dry skin to begin with, you still need to cleanse, but you have to be really strategic. Make sure you are cleansing in lukewarm to cool water, which I know is not something you probably want to hear because who likes doing that when it's freezing cold out? But trust me, it can make a difference in terms of dry skin. Now, a product that I talk about all the time, I think it was a 2023 cleanser favorite actually. It's the Haru Wonder Black Rice Moisture 5.5 Soft Cleansing Gel. Whew, this is such a pleasurable experience to cleanse with this product. It's a clear, colorless, lightweight gel. It has ginseng extract in it, which is soothing, anti-inflammatory, has antioxidants which help with oxidative stress that damages proteins, lipids, etc. in our skin. The formula overall is pretty no nonsense, not a whole lot going on, but the performance is just so wonderful. It goes on almost like you're putting on a moisturizing gel, and then with the water, it creates this very silky, lightweight lather that really helps to lift up and remove dirt, oil, impurities from the skin surface, and then with water, rinse off the skin surface. Now, if you wear heavy makeup, I do suggest using a cleansing oil or cleansing balm. Check out some of my videos on cleansing oil recommendations, but this cleansing gel as a second step for a double cleanse for removing heavy makeup, wonderful. It has glycerin, it has aspergillus ferment filtrate, and it has beta-glucan, super hydrating ingredients. So it helps remove those impurities without stripping away moisture unnecessarily. Like everything I'm talking about in today's video, there's no fragrance in this cleanser. It's wonderful if you have dry, sensitive skin, if you have rosacea, excellent option. Now, a lot of people are interested in using a form of active topical vitamin A to improve the visible signs of skin aging, to help with skin smoothness, to help target discoloration, and to, with long-term consistent use, improve collagen production, ultimately smoothing out wrinkles and fine lines. There's retinol OL, a cosmetic active vitamin A ingredient, and then there's also retinaldehyde. Both of these are excellent options. Retinaldehyde is a form of vitamin A that your skin only has to do one thing to it in order to get it to the active working form. Now, those of you who have been here for a minute, you know one of my all-time favorite retinaldehyde topicals is from the brand Beauty of Joseon. It is their Revive Eye Serum with ginseng and retinal. Retinal is just sort of shorthand for retinaldehyde. In addition to retinaldehyde, this has niacinamide, so it's a great ingredient for addressing supporting the needs of the moisture barrier alongside a form of topical vitamin A, which, as a side note, long-term consistent use of vitamin A topically, active forms, can ultimately improve barrier function. But as you guys know, if you're new to using this type of ingredient, in the beginning, it can actually make dryness and irritation worse. Retinaldehyde is a pretty gentle form, generally well tolerated, but having barrier supporting, moisturizing, hydrating ingredients in this formula really makes it an excellent option for a retinaldehyde in the drier winter months. It also has ceramide. Again, that's going to help with the needs of the moisture barrier. And it has palmitoyl tripeptide 5. That is a peptide which can help improve skin firmness, elasticity by improving moisture in the skin. Now, you'll notice this product is marketed as a serum for around the eyes, which is excellent because a lot of people are looking to use this ingredient around the eye to improve the appearance of like crow's feet, for example. But a lot of forms of topical vitamin A end up being irritating the overall formula for delicate eyelid skin. This one is safe enough to use around the eyes. When you apply it around the eye, make sure you don't get it within a millimeter of the lash line so as to minimize the risk of it getting into your eyes. Don't use too much, otherwise it might seep in. You only need a tiny bit around the eye. But you can also use this product to the rest of the face and even to your neck if you tolerate. You might want to start introducing it slowly into your routine if you're new to, I should say, using a form of active topical vitamin A. Try every other night for the first couple of weeks, gradually increasing to nightly as tolerated. When it comes to using this on the neck, maybe keep it at a couple of nights a week because using topical vitamin A on the neck, no matter the form, can end up being a little on the irritating side. That being said, this one is pretty easy to tolerate. Also, don't shy away from putting some of this on the backs of your hands. This is an area that sees a lot of sun damage throughout your lifetime. You will thank yourself if you implement sun protection and vitamin A on the backs of your hands. Now, if you have been here from the beginning, we're talking the absolute beginning, like, hey guys, I think I'm gonna try Korean skincare. 8 years ago at this point, wow, time flies. You will know a gateway for me into loving Korean skincare is the CosRX Ultimate Nourishing Rice Overnight Spa Mask. Whew, this is a fragrance-free moisturizing cream. You know, it markets itself as an overnight spa mask. Whenever I see overnight mask, usually these are richer moisturizing products. Now, in contrast to the barrier jelly, this one is a bit more lightweight, but is an excellent option for hydrating the skin, reducing water loss, dryness, and irritation. It has niacinamide and it has rice extract, which is soothing, moisturizing, but it always delivers a bang for very little buck because, hey, it's a pretty affordable option as well. Highly recommend. It's got allantoin and glycerin as well. Moisturizing, hydrating, soothing ingredients. Speaking of moisturizing, soothing, hydrating ingredients, I have another cleanser recommendation that you might want to try. It is a creamier formula in comparison to the Haru Black Rice Cleansing Gel. This one comes from Isant. Who remembers last year I discovered and have continued to use off and on their yam root vegan milk cleanser. Oh my gosh, milky, creamy. It's almost like it comes out like a lightweight lotion, and as you glide it over the surface of the skin, it's kind of got this slippery, comforting texture, like it's giving your face, your cheeks a little hug. Ooh, if they are irritated, dry, rashy, and everything stings and burns, this is going to be a welcoming experience for you. Yam root, Japanese or yam root to be more specific, in this formula offers hydrating, humectant-rich ingredients along with anti-inflammatory compounds. That is part, in my opinion, what I think of what gives this formula that nice, slippery, hydrating feel. It's a really creamy, lightweight lather. Now, again, if you're wearing heavy makeup, you're going to want to use an oil cleanser or a cleansing balm or some sort of makeup remover first because it's super gentle, but it's effective at removing dirt, oil, and impurities from the skin surface, and then it rinses off smoothly. It leaves the skin soft, smooth, hydrated, and clean. Highly recommend. Isant does not disappoint. As a matter of fact, this year in particular, starting around January, you'll recall from my skincare routine, those of you who followed the vlogs, you saw me use their chestnut AHA essence. Now, this clear essence, I think, is a great option for people who have dry, sensitive skin. Alpha hydroxy acids can be particularly beneficial for dry skin, but it's easy to overdo them and further worsen dryness and cause a lot lot of irritation. It all is contingent on kind of the overall formulation of the product, as well as what else you're using with it and how frequently you're using it. But this particular essence is great for dry, rough and bumpy skin in particular. It has 8% total of glycolic and lactic acid. Those are alpha hydroxy acids that can get in there and help break up that dry, rough skin, smooth out the skin surface, and ultimately, while they're exfoliating acids, ultimately they end up helping improve barrier function by helping with moisture retention. When the skin doesn't have all of that dry, heaped up, bumpy stuff, it really is able to turn over a lot more efficiently. So these are great ingredients. Now, like I said, if the formula is a little bit more intense, it can end up drying out the skin. But this would be a great option for dry, sensitive skin. It also has sodium hyaluronate, which is hydrating, and it has compounds from Cantella, which I often point out are wonderful in that they are anti-inflammatory and soothing. Now, when it comes to using this product, I do suggest, similar to retinaldehyde, that you try introducing it just a couple of nights a week. Also, if you're new to retinaldehyde, don't start using this at the same time because that might just be too much for your skin to have exfoliating acids and a form of vitamin A that you're trying to get used to. It could be too much, but if you're already using a form of vitamin A and you're well adjusted to it, or if you're not interested in that, but you want to smooth the skin surface, improve rough and bumpy skin, this would be a great option. You can apply it in the morning or in the evening, depending on your preference. When I use it in the morning after cleansing. I put it onto damp skin, which can help enhance penetration of those exfoliating acids, but you also could apply it to dry skin if you're skipping the morning cleanse, which is something that you might actually want to consider if you're dealing with worsening dryness and irritation. You only need a small amount, like 1 pump is more than enough to cover the face, and paint it on with your finger. Don't just pat it in. Painting it on really allows you to get a good surface area coverage. One thing that's super important when using glycolic and lactic acid, alpha hydroxy acids, which, let's be honest, is important regardless, but you want to make sure you are protecting your skin from the sun because these ingredients can leave your skin more vulnerable to a sunburn. So speaking of sunscreen, I got another one for you guys, which should come as no surprise because it's honestly one of my all-time favorites, is the Ionic Cantella Calming Daily Sunscreen SPF 50. Now, this is again a chemical sunscreen, super lightweight, super hydrating, zero white cast. The chemical active sunscreen ingredients are Uvinol A+, Uvinol T150, and Tinosorb M. This does have niacinamide, again, great for the needs of dry skin, also an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. Per its namesake, it has compounds from Cantella, which again are anti-inflammatory and soothing. And it's got dipotassium glycyrrhizate that comes from licorice root. It's anti-inflammatory. It's actually a really good ingredient if you have skin that's not only dry but prone to like patchy redness. And it's good for the moisture barrier as well, anti-inflammatory, and it has glycerin. Easy to use around the delicate eyelid skin as well. Now, speaking of niacinamide, I get comments from time to time that some of you find that niacinamide, no matter the percentage in the formula, burns, stings, and is irritating to your skin. And honestly, it can be hard these days to find skincare products that don't have niacinamide. So if you're on the hunt for a moisturizer for dry skin that doesn't have niacinamide, one of my all-time favorites is the Goodall Vegan Rice Milk Moisturizing Cream. Free of fragrance, really no nonsense formula. It's kind of almost very similar actually to the CosRX Nourishing Rice Spa Overnight Mask, only it doesn't have niacinamide. Ingredient wise, similar. The rice extract, which is moisturizing, soothing, fragrance-free, basic moisturizer. I really ended up loving this. And it's a great option if you are trying to avoid niacinamide. It bothers your skin. It's got trehalose, which is an excellent humectant, very hydrating. Yeah, this is a great option. All right, y'all. So that's a wrap up with regards to what, in my opinion, are some of the top Korean skincare products to save your dry skin this winter. Don't forget to check the description box for these links. And thank you, Stylevana, for sponsoring today's video. I'm telling you guys, when it comes to buying Korean or Japanese skincare, beauty products, this is the place to get them. It's a one-stop shop and they have some of the best deals. Now, some of you may struggle with combination skin, patches of dryness as well as oiliness. And if you're a Korean skincare fan, you might be wondering what are some good recommendations for this. You're gonna wanna watch the video on the end slate all about my top Korean skincare products for combination skin. But if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye!